Many women assume that to capture a man's heart, they must constantly fight against time. For women over 55, the mirror can sometimes feel like a harsh judge. You might find yourself obsessing over every new line, every subtle change, thinking that physical perfection is the only way to hold his attention. Stop chasing perfection. The truth is, no matter how much a man is initially drawn to physical beauty, that kind of attraction is incredibly fragile. It is a spark that can start a fire, but it can never keep you warm for a lifetime. What truly binds a high-value man to a woman, what makes him unable to walk away, is emotional attraction. Physical closeness might make him stay for the night, but emotional intimacy makes him stay for a lifetime. Let us explore what it truly means to build this unbreakable bond.
Think about this for a moment. To truly understand this bond, consider the story of Evelyn. Evelyn is 58 years old. After her children left home and her marriage ended, she stepped back into the dating world. At first, she was completely exhausted. She spent hours getting ready, trying to look younger, and carefully choosing her words to keep men interested. She was stuck in the habit of people-pleasing. She attracted attention, yes, but the men who came for her looks disappeared just as quickly when things got real. It felt like a never-ending cycle of empty, transactional relationships. Then, something profound shifted inside her. Evelyn simply stopped trying to chase affection. Stopped chasing. She embraced a deep sense of nonchalance. She realized her true self-worth and decided to just be herself. When she met Robert, a grounded man of 62, she did not try to impress him. Instead, she showed up with her queen's mindset. She talked passionately about her quirky love for growing orchids, laughed naturally, and set clear boundaries without fear. Robert was entirely captivated. A man's subconscious behaviors are triggered by true authenticity. He was not looking for a flawless supermodel. He was drawn to her emotional depth and the peace she radiated. Her independence created an undeniable emotional intimacy that physical beauty alone could never achieve. So, what exactly did Robert see in Evelyn that made him want to stay forever? It comes down to a few profound qualities that trigger true attraction.
The quiet power of feminine confidence. For women over 55, relationships and dating might feel different, especially when we look in the mirror. Many of us spend decades constantly criticizing our own bodies, but let us talk about the quiet power of feminine confidence. Think about Linda, a beautiful woman of 59. For years, she hid behind oversized clothes, terrified a man would judge her changing shape. But one day, she simply stopped apologizing for her body. She embraced a true queen's mindset, finding total peace in her own skin. When she met David, he felt that inner stillness immediately. Men are highly attuned to a woman's energy. When you stop judging yourself, you radiate a powerful nonchalance. You remove the heavy weight of insecurity from the room. He will notice. This deeply triggers his subconscious behaviors. He feels an overwhelming sense of peace just being near you. He realizes your self-worth is entirely unbreakable. This quiet confidence builds true emotional intimacy. But this peaceful energy is fragile unless you know exactly how to protect it. Kindness protected by iron boundaries. Most people misunderstand, confusing kindness with being a people pleaser. We were often taught to always say yes just to keep the peace. But true kindness must be protected by iron boundaries. Think about Susan, a generous woman of 60. She used to accept last-minute dates and vague texts, fearing she would lose him if she said no. When she finally tapped into her self-worth, she stopped accepting transactional behavior. She started saying no to the bare minimum with absolute grace and firmness. You deserve better. A man does not respect a woman who agrees to everything. When you set a firm boundary, it triggers a profound shift in his subconscious behaviors. He stops seeing you as a convenient option and starts seeing you as a prize. You're nonchalant and walking away from crumbs forces him to step up. This deep respect is the foundation of emotional intimacy. But boundaries are only the beginning, because the way you connect with his mind next changes absolutely everything.
Intellectual curiosity, beyond the small talk. Have you ever noticed that most dating conversations can feel like reading from a tired script? You ask the same questions, and you get the same rehearsed answers. Let us talk about the absolute power of intellectual curiosity. Think about Patricia, a brilliant woman of 61. She was exhausted by the endless small talk. When she sat down for coffee with James, a retired architect of 65, she did not ask about his past marriage. Instead, she leaned in and asked a deeply profound question. She asked him what he still dreamed of building, now that he had nothing left to prove. James completely froze. A mature man deeply craves to be understood on an intellectual level. When you ask a question that challenges his mind, you break him out of his autopilot routine. His subconscious behaviors shift immediately. He stops seeing you as just another pleasant date and starts seeing you as a rare equal. You are the prize. This intellectual curiosity creates a magnetic pull of emotional intimacy, because when you capture his mind, his heart naturally follows. But capturing his mind requires something else, an emotional skill that very few women truly master.
The art of reading the silence, high EQ. Many women assume that when a man suddenly goes quiet, it means he is pulling away forever. Let us talk about the profound art of reading the silence. Think about Martha, an elegant woman of 57. When John, a grounded man of 62, retreated into his own thoughts for a few days, her past self would have panicked. She would have sent anxious texts begging for reassurance. But this time, she leaned into her queen's mindset. She gave him the gift of space with absolute nonchalance. A man's subconscious behaviors often force him to withdraw when he is stressed or overwhelmed. If you chase him, you create pressure. Stop chasing. When you stand still, rooted in your own self-worth, something magical happens. He realizes you are not going to suffocate him. This high emotional intelligence creates a profound level of emotional intimacy. He feels incredibly safe with you, and he naturally gravitates back. Making him feel safe is only half the secret, because the energy you share next will break down his final walls. A shared frequency of joy. I understand, because I have heard this question countless times from women. They think to keep a man captivated, they must always appear perfectly put together. Let us talk about the profound power of shared joy. Think about Barbara, a vibrant woman of 61. On a dinner date with Richard, she accidentally spilled water all over the table. Her younger self would have been mortified, desperately trying to maintain a flawless image. But this time, grounded in her absolute self-worth, Barbara simply laughed. She let out a warm, self-deprecating laugh, handling the clumsy moment with total nonchalance. A mature man spends his life wearing a heavy armor of responsibility. When you can laugh at your own little mistakes, it instantly breaks down his psychological defenses. It signals to his subconscious behaviors that he does not have to be perfect around you either. This shared frequency of joy builds an unbreakable emotional intimacy. He realizes that being with you is not a performance, it is a beautiful relief. While laughter pulls him close, there is one rare quality that makes him terrified to ever let you go.
The intoxicating pull of independence. The truth is, no matter how much a man tries to hide it, he is deeply captivated by what he cannot fully possess. Let us talk about the intoxicating pull of true independence. Think about Helen, a vibrant woman of 63. As an empty nester, she finally had time to dive deeply into her passion for pottery. When she started dating Michael, she never waited by the phone. If he called while her hands were covered in clay, she simply let it ring. She handled his absence with complete nonchalance, rooted entirely in her own self-worth. A mature man secretly fears losing his freedom to a clingy partner. Give him space. When you are happily lost in your own world, it completely shifts his subconscious behaviors. He stops feeling pressured and starts feeling an intense desire to be invited into your life. Your independence creates a profound emotional intimacy because he respects you deeply. He wants to pursue you because he sees you are not chasing him. But having your own world is only part of the equation, because to truly hook his soul, you must show him your most hidden self.
The quirkiness advantage, radical authenticity. Have you ever noticed that most dates feel like a perfectly rehearsed performance? We try so hard to hide our little flaws. Let us talk about the incredible advantage of radical authenticity. Think about Margaret, an elegant woman of 58, on a sophisticated date with William. She did not pretend to love fine dining. Instead, she confessed her absolute obsession with cheesy science fiction movies. Her younger self would have hidden this quirky trait, fearing rejection. But this time, she shared it with total nonchalance, deeply rooted in her self-worth. A mature man is completely exhausted by perfect women. Dare to be different. When you boldly reveal your true self, it instantly shifts his subconscious behaviors. He feels an immediate surge of emotional intimacy. He realizes you are brave enough to be entirely real. This quirkiness makes you absolutely unforgettable. Being unforgettable is just the spark. To make him stay forever, you must become something far deeper.
Becoming his ultimate safe haven. Studies have shown that society rarely allows a mature man to take off his armor. He carries a heavy burden of unseen exhaustion. Let us talk about becoming his ultimate safe haven. Think about Carol, a deeply empathetic woman of 60. When Thomas, a retired executive of 65, finally confessed his quiet fears about losing his purpose, her younger self might have panicked. But this time, anchored entirely in her queen's mindset, she simply listened. She held his vulnerability with complete nonchalance, never judging his moment of weakness. He spends decades pretending to be invincible. When you offer him a safe place to simply breathe, you profoundly shift his subconscious behaviors. Be his sanctuary. Your uplifting words become the exact medicine his soul has always craved. This total acceptance builds the ultimate level of emotional intimacy. He realizes you are not just a romantic partner, you are his true refuge. A man will never walk away from the one place where he feels entirely understood. But how do you know if you have truly captured his heart in this way? His own biological reflexes will actually give him away.
The truth is, attraction is not just a feeling, it is a powerful biological reflex. Let us talk about the Dilated Pupils Test. Think about Brenda, a lovely woman of 59. On a quiet evening with Thomas, she stopped asking about his day. Instead, she started talking passionately about her new love for watercolor painting. She did not care if he understood art, she was simply lost in her own joy. As she spoke, she looked closely into his eyes. She noticed that his pupils, the dark centers of his eyes, grew noticeably larger. This is a subconscious behavior he absolutely cannot control. He will show it. When a man is deeply captivated by your authentic energy, his nervous system reacts instantly. His pupils dilate, trying to literally take in more of you. He is not just looking at your physical features, he is completely absorbed by your inner light. Your queen's mindset and your nonchalance trigger this undeniable physical response. This small observation proves the profound depth of your emotional intimacy. Knowing he is captivated is only the beginning, because the choice you make next changes the course of your life.
For women over 55, relationships and dating might feel different, but your true value never fades. Emotional attraction is not something you have to force or fake. It flows naturally when you fully embrace your queen's mindset. You must realize that you are the prize. You deserve a love that makes you feel cherished, not a temporary romance that leaves you guessing. When you finally stop chasing and start choosing, everything changes. You stop accepting crumbs and start building a deeply rooted emotional intimacy based on true self-worth. Stop chasing, start choosing. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed these profound signs of emotional attraction in a man before? Or perhaps what was the exact moment you realized you needed to stop chasing and start choosing? Please share your stories in the comments below, because your journey might deeply help another woman find her strength. If you found this video helpful, do not forget to like and subscribe for more insights on relationships and human behavior. Thank you for watching, and remember, a woman who knows her worth is absolutely unforgettable. I will see you in the next video.